Sorry about that, guys. I had an interruption on the last video. But like I was saying, don't try to work with individuals to change anything. Don't try to compromise yourself. Don't shrink yourself. Don't try to do any of this. Because the reality is that these individuals that you will run into like this, they have to deal and be what they are. You have to be what you are. You know, you don't want to ever get into that trap of trying to drink or trying to move yourself in order to deal with individuals, okay? In order to just coexist. That means you're in the wrong room. If you have to do all this moving and all this to avoid someone being jealous of you, avoid their insecurities, avoid their facing themselves and being authentic, you're around the wrong people. You don't adjust you, they adjust them, okay, if they have to. But the crust of it is insecurities. And you don't want to get in the habit of adjusting yourself, shrinking yourself to be in rooms you don't need to be in. That means you don't need to be in that room. And you have to face that. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And a lot of times that means by yourself. That means you don't need the validation. You don't need, you don't want validation from the wrong people. Everyone's not your friend, family. The devil's not your friend, okay? So what you got to remember is you don't need to get along with everyone. Everyone out here don't have the right intentions. And when you're talking about individuals that are insecure and envious and jealous, that certainly ain't people that you want to get along with. Because trust me, family, whenever they have the opportunity to do something to get at you, they're going to do it. That's a very dangerous emotion. When someone is dedicated to misunderstanding you, that's dangerous, because your very existence threatens them. It's not nothing you did to them. It's not nothing you said. It's your existence, because it's completely confronting who they are as themselves. And that makes them feel inadequate in itself. Your existence, they're constantly comparing you to them. And they're saying, wow, I'm not enough. So therefore, they're going to have to try to crush you because they can't stand next to you or with you. It's just insecurity. And of course, stupid people won't understand it. I mean, I don't know other way to put it. I'm not going to sugarcoat. I don't do a whole lot of dancing around. I'm talking people who are intellectually weak. They just don't understand concepts. They can't read people. They just go off of their emotions, or they go off how they feel. You know, being able to read emotions, being able to have emotional capacity, that's different than letting your emotions rule you, okay? Now, ignorant people don't understand the two. They think it's all the same. Oh, this person got a lot of emotion. No, the person understands emotion and they can control it and use it at will. But again, individuals who they don't have the mental capacity, don't try to explain anything to them, okay? Complete waste of energy. Let them find out on their own, because the reality is that these individuals you'll find are not in your life. You've cut them out. You don't want anything to do with them. And they realize this at a certain point. They understand that they misread you, or that you will never be what they want you to be. And see, the problem is they've already shown their cards. So you already know that when chips fall, that they've shown their bad character. So they know that you've seen them. So now that they know you've seen them, it's nothing left for them to do really but just kind of sit back and hate, because they've shown their cards. That's why God will always expose these individuals, okay? He will expose them before he elevates you. And the reason he does that, he does not want you to take them with you on your journey when you're being your best self, when you're doing your best, when you're reaching your goals. He doesn't want them around, because God sees what that you can't see. God can see what they would do in those situations. And what they would do is something bad, family. They would either sabotage you, they would try to lie on you, they would do something to hurt you, because these people have hate and resentment and jealousy, envy in their hearts. And the crust of that is they don't like where they are. Understand, family, if someone's living a lie, they're living one sexuality and they're really not that, they're something else, that person's not going to like someone's that's authentic and not doing that. They're going to be jealous. They're going to be mad. This person's really who he or she say he is. Now that person is obviously not. So you got to look at these things, and I know we want to be, good people, but we don't have to be. We have to be real. All right. So the reality is that someone who's not happy with themselves cannot be happy with someone who is. You understand? So this is just, they can't coincide together. This reality. And they, like I said, they can get weak-minded people who don't have mental capacity to read people or understand any sort of concepts at all, and just purely go off of their own insecurities as well. They can get them to go along with them, but they can't get someone with a real brain and real actual just aptitude, someone who's present. They can't influence someone like that. They can only influence weak-minded people. So what you got to understand is, leave these people alone, family. These people will never understand you. They can never stand with you, and they can never be a benefit to you at all. Or not even, you can't even be cordial with these people. Because again, at the crust of it, they don't like themselves. So they'll try to attack you because they're so insecure. Don't try to explain it. Don't try to shrink yourself. Individuals either choose to live in authenticity or they don't. You keep them where they're at. They don't know you, and they don't need to. Because what they know is not even real. It's a figment. It's a complete false narrative that makes them feel comfortable. It's their imagination. Peace.